Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I'm going to be making a card using some of the new products I got. I got from GinaK the Sending Flowers stamp and die set, and the Flower Medley stamp and die set. And I'm using some cutouts from Master Layouts too. All right, let me get started. I'm making a blue card today. This happens to be GinaK's newest color, Sky Blue, but you can use any color you might like. This is 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it and creased it with my bone folder. Now, I need 2 pieces of white that are 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. I see a shadow. Not sure what's causing it. One's going to be on the inside, and one I am going to stamp on and die cut out of. And then I use GinaK's Master Layouts 8, I believe it is. Yep, that's the one for the 5 by 7 cards. I cut a piece of brown, and I've already cut out of it, but this measures 4 3/8 by 6 3/8. This is GinaK's Chocolate Truffle, but any color you have would work. And then white, which is 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. And I just use this Master Layouts 8 because it has that very nice stitched edge. And there's a shadow. I do apologize. I think my camera is a little angled in it today. And then out of that chocolate truffle, I cut the unstitched die from Master Layouts 2. This brown piece in the middle measures 2 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then once I get stamped and colored, I'm going to use the stitch die from that Master Layouts. And this will measure 2 1/4 by 4, if I got that right. Well, I'll find out when I'm done. All right, so what I'm going to do, and I've already been playing a little bit today. I'm going to set my card base aside because I don't need that for now. I'm going to start stamping. And you can see I already used this for red. Red stains your stamps. And that is okay. Doesn't affect it at all. Now this is the new die it's a stamp that makes it look like a linen weave or burlap. And I'm going to put that right there kind of in the middle because I'm going to stamp it 3 times. But I'm doing it in shades of brown. So I'm going to make it like an ombre effect. And I haven't tried it in these colors yet, so we'll find out together how that works. I'm going to use Sandy Beach, which is the lightest tan brown that I have. Oh, that's very pretty. I'll wipe that off with my tidy towel. And then I'm just going to bring this and I'm going to overlap it slightly. Just the littlest bit. And then I'm going to use Kraft. Because this linen piece was made for an A2 size card, but I make A7 cards. So I want this to work for me. And I think that this is going to work great. I'll show you. I tried it in reds and pinks just to do a stamping pattern. That's not the look I'm going for now. I was just kind of playing around with it. All right. Clean that off. Move it one more time. I'm just going to move my paper up a little bit to the other corner. And again, I'm overlapping it slightly. And I'm going to use warm cocoa. That sounds good about now. I think maybe when I'm done, I'll get myself a cup of hot cocoa. It's another wintry day, snowing and blowing. But at least the temperature is up a little bit. I think it's like 19 degrees today, where it has been in the single digits. All right, and that gives me a 3 shade, and that is looking really weird on camera. I'll bring it up a little bit. I think it's pulling the um, cross hatches in this pattern, making it kind of look psychedelic. All right. Must be a camera. So let me see if I can change one of the camera settings to account for that. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not going to do it. Oh, and my computer needs plugged in. All right. Hold on. Just got to find the battery cable here. It's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. That may be one of the reasons. Okay, now it's plugged in. All right, it's adjusting the temperature, the tint. I don't want to flash. Let's tone down the brightness just a hair and see if that makes a difference. How about vibrance? I think it's going to look psychedelic hashtags. It's kind of like those old TV screens when you took a picture of it and you got it really pixelated. That's kind of what it's looking right now. All right, now that I've done that, I'm going to cut out this piece. And this is where I want to use that stitch die that came with Master Layouts 2. I kind of want to get like an even amount of the light and dark. I'm just going to run this through my die cut machine. Okay. There we go. Set this aside. I'm going to use this bottom strip. And I'm just going to cut a piece of it. Because I'm going to use this on the inside of my card to decorate the bottom of the card. So let's see. I'm just going to go right across where that cut was. And then cut the same here. And this will be a little bit more awkward. Lining that up. And let's see. Then I'm just going to use that as a decorative piece on the inside of the card. In fact, I'll do that now. I think it'll fit nicely along the bottom. And I'll center it just like I did the others. So get my glue. This just uses up something that I normally would throw away and gives a little decorative element to the inside of the card. You could also stamp the flower on here if you wanted to. Yeah, and I'm just going to set that aside, clean up my little glue here. We don't need a wet one, not a dry one. Well, I think this pack of wet ones has gone on the dry mode. Just add a little bit of water. There we go. I don't like to throw them away because they are useful. I paid for them. I'm going to get the use out of them. And sometimes that just makes them adding a little water to them and they're back to the usual self. Now I'm going to just go ahead and put this on the inside of the card. There's probably enough to do the top too, but I just want to do the bottom. Okay. Now I can put these two pieces together on the card. Just get that as centered as I can. Now this, I don't want to glue this part down yet because I'm going to stamp on it, but I need to do everything else first. So I'm going to take these two pieces, the brown and then the pattern that I just cut, put these two together. I think brown and blue goes very well together. Now, I do need to stamp, and I'm going to use that piece of white that I have reserved for stamping on. And where did it just go? Okay, let's get another piece. All right. I'm going to stamp the flower and one of the sentiments. I want to use this flower base from this set, and you are from this set, and I've not opened this one yet. This is the flower medley. Now, I've not used either of these stamps yet, so I need to condition them, and that just means getting the coating off them that comes from the factory. All right. Now, I'm going to stamp the vase in VersaFine Clair Nocturne. But I saved some room because I want to try the sentiment in brown. And if it doesn't look good in brown, then I've got room on here to make it in black. So I'm going to use charcoal brown for the sentiment. This may take a couple stampings. Yeah, I think one more. Oh, I like it in brown. All right. Oh, yes, I really like that in the dark brown. Okay. So I'm just going to use my stamp itself as a placement marker. This card is going to go together like that. And then I want this here, but I don't know if I want, I think I want the dark up top. And I'm going to have the vase here. I want to make this the best friend ever. Because, you know, we all had that friend, hopefully. I don't need the blue card. I just need to decide where on here I want this. Okay. Now, to make sure it's straight and not crooked like it usually is, I am going to, let's see, and that just, yeah, that should be good. Put a piece of acetate down, and I'm gonna stamp it in black just to test. Well, sure I will. Oh, and that's nice and straight. Okay. So I can take my acetate off. Now I'm going to put the lid back on the black, and I am going to stamp again in the charcoal brown. I don't know. I just think brown and blue look very nice together. That looks good. All right, so that I'm just going to set aside to dry. Put these back before I lose them. It's amazing how you can have just a small area on your desk to work in, and then things just disappear from there. All right. Now I'm going to color, and I've pulled out some, I'm going to color the flowers in blue. I'm going to use B289 Pastel Blue and B389 Fresh Blue. And I'm going to go over with the lighter color first. It's actually not light, it's kind of bright. Well, let's get this turned around. And you can make your flowers any color you want. This would be pretty in pink or even yellow, like yellow, because I think this is supposed to be a daffodil. But you can make this any color to suit maybe your recipient or your favorite color flower. Or it's your own world. So if you want this to be a psychedelic flower, go for it. Wouldn't it be neat to have a marker that, remember those pens you used to have, well, at least when I was a kid, that you colored and sometimes it came out red, sometimes it came out blue, sometimes green. Just have a marker that randomly chose different colors for you. Kind of like tie-dye. Now I'm going to take the darker blue and I'm going to color in the base of the flower, just to add a little shading. And then I'm going to follow the center stamped lines on the petals. Just the base of the flower. It adds just a little bit of shadowing. I am working on my coloring skills, and I think I'm improving. But you won't if you don't practice. Okay, now I've got G479 Bud Green and G369 Matcha Green. I'm going to use the Bud Green first for the flowers, or the flowers, leaves, and stems. Okay, now I'm going to use the Matcha Green and just darken the one side of the petal where the leaf has a separation. It also just gives a little bit of shadowing. And then the same down here on these leaves. Just one side will become darker. Now for the water, I have BG041, which is cool gray, and then RG020, which is red gray. So I'm going to color all the water with the lighter color first. And when I'm all done, I'm going to use glossy accents to cover the base. So it should shimmer like real glass. But I won't do that till the card's put together. Now I'm going to take the warm gray, or the red gray, and just do on the sides. To kind of make it look like it's curved. Just like that. And I don't know, let me pull it up. I don't know if you can see how it just kind of curves in a little bit. And you can see where the darker on the flower is, right at the center. All right, now let me cut this stuff out. Okay. Now, all right, finding the word. I haven't taken these ones out of the packet yet. Double packed. I'm just going to scissor that. Oh, how about that? I grabbed the second one out. We'll do the UR. And on the vase, I have already pulled those out of their packet and put them on here. Get that lined up. Okay, let me cut these out and I'll be right back. Oh, that's super. And I like how it cut out the spots between the flowers too. That is so pretty. All right. All right, let me get this card put together now. We can put the white on. I just need to put it together and then I can add some decorations and then do the glossy accents. Now it's over just a little bit. Okay. Now for that center panel, which I just hid underneath my die cuts. I think I want the dark at the top. I don't think I want the light at the top. Or maybe I do. Okay, we're going to go with the dark. And I'm going to pop this up just a little bit. I'm going to use my foam strips. Oh, these are maybe 1/8 of an inch tall. And oh yeah, they fit on there nicely. Put 4 on. Now you could even stencil the background of this card, and I have thought about doing that. Or even splatter, maybe with some gold, or even use maybe the Kraft and splatter like a watercolor splatter. All right, the dark at the top, at the bottom. Okay, and then the UR, I'm also going to pop up, but I'm going to use these little strips, but I'll need to cut them to fit, and I want to make sure I stay on camera here. Now, if you don't have tiny foam strips to put behind these, you could just cut out maybe 3 or 4 of these in cardstock to make them stack. Okay. Oh my goodness. There we go. Just 3 more pieces to get off here. All right. If I put the flowers here where I'm thinking, I want this to be right there. Now this I want to pop up using higher dots. These are about 1/4 of an inch tall. These ones I got from Hobby Lobby. I think I'll use the smaller ones up here. They're both the same height. They're just smaller in diameter. This will allow it to stand up. But I think over here, I need to leave this one off because I'm going to use it and glue that part down to here. So that didn't need anything behind there. Oh, that one's still on. There we go. All right, just a little bit of glue over here. Okay, now for bling, other than the glossy accents that I'm going to do the flower pot in, I have some gold sequins. I've got gold gems, pearls, and even just some of these flat back. And I'm kind of thinking these. But I also have rhinestones that I can color brown. And I have some that are a wrong color brown. I'm thinking I like the domed gems. I think they're called dewdrops. And just play with your layout, see what appeals to your eye. I like that. And I think the dewdrops will play off of the glossy accents that I'm going to attempt to put on the vase. So I'm just putting my glue down now. Now when these first go on, it'll make it look cloudy. That's because the glue is white, but it'll dry nice and clear. Okay. I'm going to Winkastella the flowers because why not? I've got it here. This is just the clear Winkastella. Just going to add a little shimmer to the flowers. All right. Now, for the glossy accents, I'm going to move these aside and I'm just going to put some right here on my silicone mat and use a toothpick to see if I can get this in the shape of the vase. You could put this on with a bottle. I'm just being a little bit more cautious. And it does cut down on getting bubbles Like, you probably can't see them here on my map, but when I squeezed the glossy accents out, there were some air bubbles. And I don't want to have air bubbles in my vase. I'm thinking of starting a Facebook page / group where I can show the cards maybe with a little bit more detail than I do here. And then if you make something that I have made or your adaptation of it, I would love to see it. And the email doesn't seem to be working all that great. So if we can have something where you can show me what you did or a different way to do something, that would be great. But I'm not sure yet. I still have a lot of other time constraints on my hand, but I would like to do that. Just let me know, is that something you're even interested in or not? If you're not, that would be nice to know too. Okay, I think I got that filled into the edge, and you're not going to be able to see too much of it now because it's still wet, but it just gives that bottle shine like it's an actual glass bottle. Okay, that is my card for today, and so sorry for the for the glowing pattern on camera. I can see that now. But that is my card. And on the inside, when you open it, you have that nice little decorative stripe that matches the center of the panel. This would look really nice with either in a dry embossed or with an embossing folder, or a stencil on the background would even fill this in nicely. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a great weekend and a great rest of your day. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on Monday. Thanks for watching.